Tonight we're going to use the cut as our sword of honour, given to us by Chief Petty Officer Jerry Payne, who was here last night. It's basically awarded to a cadet that does outstanding activities for excellence throughout the year, proves their worth. I think there's only about 7 names or 8 names on it. It's not given out every year. It's not one that's just given out for the sheer sake of it. You have to work for it. So it is a very special honour to be presented this sword. There are a few people. Mr. Sasha Belcourt, you received the sword. You are the only one here today, isn't it? Last night we had actually 5 of these sword recipients cut the cake and that. You hold his hand. That's for the start. That's what I want about later on.
You've done a good job. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to take 5 minutes of your time. I've tried not to make it any longer because this is a very special occasion for me, because I see my name's up on the board there. That was 50 years ago. And I go back a bit further than that in Cadets. The Padre mentioned Keith Barkwick, and I was his first lieutenant over in Philemon, the naval base, just after the war. And Keith had a very distinguished war record. He was in a V&W destroyer, and he received some honours for that. And I followed him from the Nissen hut in Philemon over to Narpona, where I was commanding officer of the Sea Cadets, and actually was a member of planning to come to this building. And this is the old sewage building, as you probably know, and it was a very, very big plan. We had the whole lot, classrooms all over the place, cadets. Officially, we're allowed 100, with 20, I think, because it was under control of the Navy in those days, with the training part, and we're allowed 20 to be a cushion of people coming and going, but we're very good at breaking the rule, and we had about 20 more than that. So we had something like close to 150 cadets, one of the biggest cadet units in the world. And in my report at the time, we had to make reports to, which eventually finished up in Navy Office in Wellington, and I described this as being one of the finest Sea Cadet headquarters, not in New Zealand, but the world. It was really run very well. I had a great team of officers and instructors, and it was really something. And the plan was not only this building, but because of access to the sea, there's Tamaki Drive, we were planning to take on right through Kelly Tartan, where there's a tunnel underneath, and go out where the pumping station is at the head there, so the whalers that we had at the time, we could use that. But that got a bit too rich with as far as the finances were concerned. On the lighter side of planning, I like, maybe this isn't known, the mast, which is the remains of the mast out there, the base of it was a scrounge concrete telephone powerboard pole. The topmost I scrounged from HMS Philemon, which the real Philibel, the old Philibel, where they had some bits of the rigging over the naval base, which I managed to scrounge. So that became the topmast, and the yard, and the gaff was sort of spinnaker poles I got from some of my yachting friends. So that was the mast. I was hoping that one day maybe someone wanted to chop it down and they get rid of the shock to find it's made of concrete. So that we had a 25-pounder gun out there and everything. So it was really a going concern. And what thrills me today to come here was to see the cadets, how well turned out they are. I just had to congratulate them. The standard of your dress, you take pride in your uniform, probably better than anything I've seen. You really smartly turned out. I purposely mingled more with the cadets when I came in than the upper crust people. I wanted to know your feelings. I spoke to 2 or 3 of you, and I cannot emphasise more how impressed I am, and it's a pity, a great pity we don't have more encouragement to get organisations like this going in the country, because I think we'd be better off for it. So I do congratulate you all, and you commanding officer being responsible for this. I think I just about come to the end of my tether. What I wanted to say, there's an awful lot I could go on about, but I think you get my vibes, my feeling, how I feel about it, and to think I'm still alive. For 50 years I started as a commanding officer, and I had 10 years before that. And maybe I'll make 90 next year. That's the age. So I've had some good fortunes in life and some storms, Padre. I've been through the storms too, like you mentioned. I've had some pleasant moments, but one of the richest things is being connected to the Sea Cadet Corps. I think it helps build the character of the country. It's got everything going for it. I can remember as a businessman walking down Queen Street many years ago, and I see this fine-looking guy dressed in a nice business suit and a briefcase, and he say, "Hello, sir," and I thought, he was an ex-Sea Cadet. And because of the grounding in the Sea Cadet Corps, it gave them a great passage of life where to go through. So I think there's an awful lot. I'll forget what it's all about. But thank you very much for the opportunity.